When archaeologists talk about the monuments of Baalbek, you expect to hear about the temples of Bacchus and Jupiter, and the amazing megaliths within the outer walls, called the Trilithon. So we're going to talk about something that isn't normally talked about. So Baalbek, also known as ancient Heliopolis in Lebanon, has other ancient sites that people don't tend to mention terribly much. So let's have a look at one of those. What I want to talk about today is called the Forgotten Pyramid, or it's called the Pyramid of Hermel, being the area that it comes from. It comes from the Baalbek Hermel area. But just look at it. Obviously, it's not a pyramid. It does have a pyramid top, but it's essentially a cross between a tower and an obelisk. It's located in the Bekaa Valley of the Baalbek region in Lebanon. This Pyramid of Hermel is a structure shrouded in mystery and legend. Even though there are some Neolithic shards and bits and pieces in the area, apparently it has never been excavated. And to me, this structure looks like it is like the tip of an iceberg, if you know what I mean, and there's more underneath. It has, however, been restored over time, and you can see that from this photo. This structure, the so-called Pyramid of Hermel, is a structure that's shrouded in mystery and legend. And one of those legends, in fact, includes stories of underground structures at this location. Archaeologists debate whether it was a tomb for a forgotten king, a celestial observation tower, and that's based on its specific alignments, or if it's just some kind of monumental marker or landmark to show future generations that this is the spot. The spot for what, though? The spot of things that are underground? You've probably worked out by now that I think it's the third option, that it's a marker of what's underground. It is believed to date back to about the 1st century BC, built by an unknown civilization or people who either came up with this design off the top of their heads or was copying something much, much older. My vote goes for the second option. The use of small blocks in this structure, as well as the megalithic blocks that are included in the structure, to me reeks of a much older structure that has been remade. Some of the larger blocks weigh in the vicinity of 400 to 600 tons, which in Baalbek terms isn't that big, but it's still pretty significant in general terms, in general world terms. So I think this is not the original structure, but a restoration of an original structure put in place so that the original would not be forgotten. The lowest level of stonework that you see on this building is basalt. So that's obviously original, and so are some of the very large megalithic blocks that it contains. But I think the rest of it probably has been remade. And I think that some of the myths give us a clue as to why. The legends that abound, they speak of secret chambers filled with treasures of the past, guarded by jinn. While archaeologists joke about such stories, they can't rule out the possibility of underground tunnels and cavities. So the Pyramid of Hermel does present a very intriguing archaeological puzzle, and I, for one, look forward to the time when it will be excavated or scanned, and we'll know then whether or not I'm right about this location. But until then, it is An enigma shrouded in a mystery and currently open to speculation.